Calming the Man, a play about the anger and violence that cripples us, written by Anthony Lamarr. And he wrote this for his grandfather, Willie Bean White, My Roots. The play. A lot has changed in Greenville since its birth from the Old South. A lot hasn't. There are still wounds. The wounds, some physical and some psychological, still bleed profusely. Daddy-O, a middle-aged black man, was wounded by racism, hopelessness, and unrequited love. He has lived his entire life bleeding inside. His sons are his life now. Michael is his reason for living, while he blames Tracy for inflicting one of his deepest wounds. By the 1970s, time had destroyed many of the railroads that separated Daddy-O's family from the rest of the world. But not even time could bridge the tracks that separated them from each other. Characters: Daddy-O, a confused and angry widower, played by Devon Pierre Wright. Tracy, Daddy-O's son, portrayed by Haywood Hall. Michael, Daddy-O's youngest son, portrayed by Christopher Griffin. And Kill Pretty, Daddy-O's best friend and co-worker, portrayed by Chadwick Presley. And I'm filling in as stage manager for Cheryl Reed. The setting is the summer of 1976 in Greenville, Florida, 6 years after the small southern town was integrated. The story unfolds in the backyard of Daddy-O's wood frame house. This rambling house was passed on to Daddy-O by his mother, and its walls have witnessed the trials and tribulations that formed this angry man. The kitchen window opens into the spacious back porch, which is covered by a tin roof. Daddy-O's bedroom window opens to the left side of the porch. 2 rocking chairs sit on the porch, and both look as though they were placed there when the house was built. 3 steps lead from the porch down into the yard. A clothesline stretches across the backyard to the right of the porch. The clothesline is tied between the house and a pole at the other end of the yard. A fire barrel sits in the yard to the left of the porch. A rickety board fence surrounds the yard. The gate is missing from the fence. On the other side of the fence is a railroad track that imprisons and separates Daddy-O's family from the rest of the world. It bounds and limits them, and at times separates them from each other. Act 1, Scene 1. Lights up on May 1976 dawn. At rise, the sound of an approaching train can be heard in the distance. Other sounds of morning: a rooster crows, a dog barks. The back porch light is on. A dim light is on in Daddy-O's bedroom, and the local radio station's morning broadcast can be heard through the bedroom's open window. Tracy, in his bedclothes, sits on the steps. That was Sarah's Smile by Hall & Oates. Coming your way next is one of my favorite songs, which is the theme for one of my favorite TV shows, Welcome Back, Kotter. I'm talking about John Sebastian's Welcome Back. But first, I got something I need to get off my chest. I've been hearing a few folks jabbering on about how they've already tired of hearing about the bicentennial celebration, which is a little over a month away. Well, I want to remind those folks why we're celebrating. The United States of America is about to turn 200 years old, and I want you to think about how far this country has come in just 200 short years.
Michael,
I'm up.
wake your brother up. If I have to get up and go to work and you have to go to school, he's getting up.
He's up.
It's amazing when you think about how countries like Egypt, France, and England have been around since forever. And in just 200 short years, in a lot of ways, we've leaped ahead of them. So all of you folks complaining about how bad this country is, you need to shut up and thank God that you live here. The United States of America has been blessed. And I may be pushing it, but I think every citizen of Greenville and this country should get on his or her knees and say thank you. I really do. Hey, let me step off my soapbox for a minute because it is 5:45. Time to take a quick break to pay the bills. I'm Danita Jones on the voice of Greenville, WPXL 1400 AM on your dial. The back door opens and Daddy-O steps out of the house carrying a small brown lunch bag. He's dressed in a nursing facility's uniform.
Good morning.
Morning. What you doing up so early? Ain't like you got anywhere to go.
I couldn't sleep.
If you got a job or went back to school instead of laying around the house sleeping all day, you wouldn't have a problem sleeping at night.
I don't have a problem sleeping. I just couldn't sleep last night because I was too excited.
But Michael,
Yes, sir.
Well, let's not get our hopes up too high.
Daddy-O turns the rocking chairs upright.
He earned it, so he'll get it.
Don't forget where you live. This is Greenville. And just because you earn it, don't mean you're going to get it here. 6 years ago, they almost had to send troops in here to integrate the schools. And now one of the colored sixth graders that they didn't think was good enough or smart enough to sit in their classrooms might be Greenville High School's valedictorian. Dr. Baker and Councilman D's boys graduating with Michael. And believe me when I tell you, both of them would shit bricks before they let this whole town know that my boy is the smartest boy in town.
I'm gonna keep my hopes up. Times have changed, Daddy-O. And like the old folks say, it's a bad wind that won't change.
Greenville worse than a bad wind. It's a cyclone.
The back door opens and Michael walks out in his bedclothes.
Tracy, a day like today deserves a hot breakfast. I'm cooking. You eating?
It's are you eating, Mr. Valedictorian?
I stand corrected. Are you eating?
Which fix?
Does it matter?
No, not as home as I am.
I didn't think so.
Kill Pretty enters on the railroad tracks.
Did I miss something?
What you talking about?
Something must have happened. The whole family up and out on the porch this time of morning.
We're just getting an early start.
Where are you going?
Back to bed and sleep till 2.
How can I sleep until 2 when you got a mile-long list of things for me to do?
That's right. You have to pay your way if you're going to stay here. And I done told you, come August, when Michael leaves for college, you leaving too. I don't care where you go, but you're getting out of here. I ain't taking care of
So,
no...
Michael, today is the day, right?
Yeah, they'll announce the valedictorian and the salutatorian after lunch today.
Kill Pretty, when I'm talking...
Man, it's way too early for all that. I haven't woken up feeling this good in I don't know when, so I ain't up for hearing all this craziness.
Negro, look, I almost told you about your ugly ass.
I know I'm ugly, but when the last time you looked in the mirror and saw a pretty nigga looking back at you? Never, ever.
Daddy-O looks at his watch.
You through?
Hell no, I ain't through. That's the problem with you halfway smart niggas. You think
Kill
you...
Pretty. Remember, you're in a good mood.
You're right. God is good.
So what's got you in such a good mood this morning?
Put it this way. Last night with Al Green serenading, I didn't have to do much persuading.
Oh, Lord, talk about too early to have to listen to something.
I wonder what all that fuss was I heard.
I told you it wasn't going to be long. She was trying to play hard, but I knew I'd break her down. Last night, I ran into her at the Blue Moon, brought her a drink, and
And I done told you not to talk like that with my boy.
Trace ain't no boy. He 20.
I don't care if he 50. If he lives under my
Daddy-O
roof,
pulls the string to turn off the porch light.
I'll see y'all when I get off.
Daddy-O walks off the porch, but then stops and turns to Michael.
Michael, regardless of how things turn out today, I want you to know how proud I am of you.
That goes for me, too.
Thanks.
I love you, son.
Daddy-O and Kill Pretty starts towards the tracks.
Breakfast will be ready in 15.
Michael goes inside and Tracy watches as Daddy-O and Kill Pretty leave for work.
Man, I can't wait to tell you some of the things that heifer did for them $20 last night.
Daddy-O stops suddenly at the gate and stares forebodingly at the railroad tracks as Kill Pretty walks on.
I'm glad all she asked for was $20 because I was ready to give her my whole wallet.
Kill Pretty notices Daddy-O isn't behind him.
Daddy-O, something wrong?
Tracy stands and takes a few steps towards Daddy-O.
Daddy-O,
Daddy-O starts up the tracks, walking now with apparent limp.
Man, what was that about?
A concerned look creeps over Tracy as he watches Daddy-O and Kill Pretty disappear down the tracks. Lights fail. Act 1, Scene 2 lights up on that afternoon. At Rise, Tracy walks out the back door onto the porch carrying a bucket of water and mop. He sets the bucket and mop down, wipes the sweat from his forehead, and then sits in one of the rocking chairs.
I don't know what Daddy-O's thinking. Mop the floor, cook supper, wash clothes. What the hell I look like? Damn sure ain't no maid.
He takes a single cigarette and a box of matches out of his shirt pocket and lights it.
Man, I needed that.
Eyes the mop and bucket.
I better hurry and find me a job or something. Just keeping house ain't for me.
Tracy stands, looks down the tracks.
Michael should be...
The back door opens and Michael enters.
I caught a ride with Cortina and her mom.
You better watch it sneaking up behind me like that. You almost got it.
God, what? Can't run and fight at the same time.
Ali does.
You ain't Ali.
Puts a cigarette on the porch banister.
I ain't. But that don't stop me from knowing how to rope a dope on the nigga. You think it's running, but it ain't. What you're really doing is bringing the fight to you, luring your opponent in, getting his hopes up because he thinks he's winning, that you beating, you're weak. Then when he lowers his guards, you explode on his ass, bang!
And Tracy is down. He has been knocked out.
Me? Knocked out? You done lost your mind.
Tracy threw a few punches that barely phased his opponent, and then...
Man, you crazy. If I put one of these on a nigga, his ass fall. Anyway, damn all that. Tell me, did you get it?
What'd you think?
You the valedictorian?
The one and only.
Man, you ain't messing with me, are you?
No, you're looking at Greenville High School class of 1976 valedictorian.
Damn it, man. I can't believe this. My brother's the valedictorian.
Tracy lights a cigarette again.
How did you act when you found out?
When Mr. Burgess announced it over the intercom, I just sat there kind of in shock.
Greenville High done got a black valve, boy. These peckerwoods around here ain't gonna like this shit. I bet you some of them gonna get drunk off their own piss, then get stupid. Watch what I tell you. Daddy-o better get his shotgun ready, cause it's gonna be some mess.
Let's hope not.
All I gotta say is, if any of them even think about putting a hand on my little bruh, I'll bust their ass before God get the news.
Tracy puts a cigarette on the banister.
Stay here. I'll be right back. I want to give you your graduation credit.
Graduation isn't until Friday.
I know, but I want to give it to you now.
Tracy hurries inside the house. Michael, feeling proud of himself, takes in his surroundings until his eyes land on the tracks. His smile turns solemn. Michael doesn't notice Tracy walk out of the house with an old Polaroid photograph in his hand. Tracy stares at the tracks too.
Congratulations, Mike.
Tracy hands Michael the photograph, and Michael, shocked at seeing the photograph, drops it. Tracy picks it up and hands it to Michael, who eyes it nervously.
I thought I had forgotten how Bubba looked and that the person I was seeing in my head was someone I just made up. But it really was Bubba. I didn't forget.
I couldn't forget him. I thought about Bubba every day since it happened. Every day for 5 years.
Walks towards the fence.
You remember that day, Mike? Me, you, and Bubba were sitting out on the tracks playing around after school?
Tracy, you don't have to do this.
Michael follows Tracy.
Yes, I do. It's been 5 years, and this is the first time either one of us said Bubba's name out loud. We were sitting on the tracks talking about how somebody had broken into the pawn shop and stole a bunch of guns. The whole town was saying it was Daddy-O's tight man, Cole. Turns out it was him, because he sold Daddy-O one of the guns. Bubba saw where Daddy-O hid the gun.
Okay, Tracy, that's enough.
I talked Bubba into getting the gun. You tried to stop me like you always do, but I wouldn't listen, like I never do.
If we're going to remember Bubba, there are other things to remember, like his crooked smile and his buck teeth.
Me and you started arguing about how far a bullet could travel.
What about the night you talked Bubba into running away with you?
That's when Bubba looked up and saw Daddy-O and Kill Pretty coming down the tracks. They were just getting off from work.
And the next morning, Daddy-O found both of you sleep on a bench at the train station. If we're going to remember him, let's remember things like that.
We panicked. I wanted to put the gun back before Daddy-O found out we had it. So I asked Bubba where he got the gun from. Then I took off running.
I don't want to hear this.
I took off running, but I tripped on the track. I tripped, and
Shut up!
I'm sorry, man, for real. I'm sorry.
Michael, son, don't keep me waiting.
Michael and Tracy quickly regain their composure. Michael hurries and puts the photograph in his shirt pocket. Daddy-O and Kill Pretty, both drinking beers, enter from the railroad tracks.
You're looking at the class of 1976 valedictorian.
Hot damn it, my boy did it.
Way to go, Michael!
Man, let me go get changed. I'm taking my son, the valedictorian, out to dinner tonight.
Can I come?
Yeah, you're coming. Kill Pretty, you're coming too.
And Daddy, are you paying for my food too?
Your ugly ass will be washing dishes here for your meal if I gotta pay for it.
Daddy, you one stingy nigga.
Yeah, gotta be hanging with you.
Daddy-O sees a cigarette on the banister. He picks it up and turns to Tracy.
You trying to burn down my damn house?
Sorry, Daddy-O. I got excited when I saw Michael and forgot.
Daddy-O tosses the cigarette in the bucket of water.
Is that why you forgot to dump the mop water?
I was just about to dump it.
Daddy-O goes inside.
Will somebody please take whatever stuck in Daddy-O's ass out?
Kill Pretty takes the photograph out of Michael's pockets.
What's this you trying to hide?
Takes photo out of Michael's pocket.
If it ain't the Three Musketeers.
Tracy gave it to me as a graduation present.
How did he manage to hide it all these years?
Kill Pretty hands Michael the photograph.
I was wondering the same thing. You can't hide nothing from Daddy-O, not in this house.
Daddy-O walks onto the porch.
Hide what from Daddy-O?
Michael tries to hide the photograph behind his back, but Daddy-O sees it. Daddy-O walks up to Michael.
Give it to me.
I gave it to him as a graduation present.
Give it.
Michael reluctantly hands Daddy-O the photograph. Daddy-O looks at the photograph and closes his eyes tightly. Daddy-O opens his eyes and walks single-mindedly toward the house. Kill Pretty follows him.
Hold on, Daddy-O. Let me talk.
Stay out of this.
Mama gave me that picture.
Tracy starts in behind Daddy-O, but Michael holds him back. Daddy-O and Kill Pretty goes inside.
It's a great present. The best present anyone ever gave me, but it's just a picture, that's all.
It's our little brother, and it's the only thing we got left for him.
We have our memories. He can't take those.
Give him time. He done took everything else. He burned every picture we had of him. Every piece of clothes they wore. Mama's books. Bubba's games. Their chairs at the dining room table. Everything. We couldn't mention their names. We couldn't visit their graves. We had to act like they never existed. And then he hates me because he think I meant to kill my own brother.
Daddy-O doesn't hate you. He's just...
Michael.
The screen door opens and Daddy-O steps on the porch with a photograph and a box of matches.
Who
Kill
told
Pretty.
you how I feel?
Daddy-O, I was just...
Daddy-O walks up to the fire barrel.
Both of you know the rules. When people leave us, when they die, they're gone. We don't try to keep them here because you can't.
But it's Bubba, Daddy-O. It's the only thing we have, so please don't. Please.
Daddy-O takes the match out of the box. Tracy rushes angrily towards him.
I said don't.
Tracy reaches to grab Daddy-O, but Daddy-O turns and stares into him in the eyes.
Yeah, go ahead. Do it. So I could do what I should have done years ago.
Tracy steps back. Daddy-O strikes the match.
Daddy-O, burning that picture is not going to make me forget my brother. You can't make me forget him.
I'm sorry, son. Please forgive me.
Daddy-O sets the photograph on fire. He drops the burning photograph in the fire barrel, then marches inside. Michael sits on the steps and Kill Pretty sits beside him. Tracy walks over to the stump in the yard, sits down, and buries his face in his hands. Lights fade. Act 1, Scene 3, lights up on June 1976. Afternoon of Michael's graduation at Rise. Clothes hang on the clothesline. Daddy-O and Kill Pretty sit in the rocking chairs, drinking a 6-pack of beer after work. Daddy-O reads the Greenville News Herald.
I think it's about time for me to retire. Yeah, I've been at it too many years. Nearby my whole life. It ain't always been easy, but I made the best of what God gave me.
Daddy-O doesn't see what he's looking for on the front page, so he skims through the inside pages.
Any good sales in there? Anybody we know in the obituary?
Daddy-O returns to the front page.
It's so hot out here you can't sweat. And the weatherman talking about it's going to be hotter tomorrow. It get any hot, I don't know what us jet black folks gonna do. You know something, Daddy-O? Daddy-O.
Daddy-O flips through the pages.
I hate it when I'm talking to a nigga and he sits there acting like he don't hear me.
Can't you then shut the hell up? Hell, you blind? Can't you see I'm trying to read the damn paper?
Must be reading fast. Look like you sitting there turning pages to me.
That's because I can't find...
Stops when he sees.
Ain't this some shit? Page 8.
What's that?
This year's valedictorian didn't make the front page. Instead, they put a paragraph about my boy on page 8 between the fishing forecast and the damn black folk news.
Let me see that.
Daddy-O hands Kill Pretty the newspaper.
Where the hell is the picture?
They couldn't find a mugshot. That's the only kind of picture of a black man you're going to see in this.
Mullet wrapper. That's all it's good for. Ought to sell it at the fish market instead of the newsstand.
Turns back to the front page.
I see the graduation ceremony made the front page. Get this.
Kill Pretty hands Daddy-O the newspaper, then opens another beer.
I need another beer. I done got pissed off.
Look here, you better slow up on them beers. Now, I don't care if you get pissy drunk. You going to my boy's graduation.
Kill Pretty removes a bottle of gin from his pocket and takes a drink.
As hard as I work today, I'm going to drink a few beers and just have gin before I talk about going anywhere.
The graduation don't start till 7:30.
Looks at his watch.
It's 3 o'clock. You got an hour and a half to kill yourself however you want to. 2 hours to sober up. And an hour to get dressed and down to the schoolhouse.
You ain't got to worry about me. I'll be there to watch Michael get that valedictorian plaque if they have to roll my ugly ass up in there.
Yeah, just don't come up in there drunk, shaming the hell out of my boy.
That's what you... That's you with that shame of people bullshit. Michael wouldn't care if I came in there butt naked as long as I'm there. Let them old white women get a look at this sweet brown sugar hair. And pennies will be flying all over the auditorium.
Yeah, you gonna wake up in a cell on 27.
Tracy walks in the back door with a cigarette in his hand.
Pretty. Can I get a light?
I hope I didn't leave my light at the break room at work.
He can't find the lighter.
Damn, I guess I did.
If he wanted to smoke, he could have lit it off the stove. He just come out here to hell hack me.
I came out here because you told me not to smoke in your house.
When you start listening to me,
Whatever, Daddy-O. Kill Pretty. Did you get a chance to talk to Miss Russell?
Yeah, and she told me flat out she wouldn't hire you back if you worked for free. You can talk to Miss Olivia about working on the floor, but you through in the kitchen.
I told you from the start that woman didn't like me.
yeah, you showed them your behind a few weeks you worked for her, and she'd be a fool to hire you back. And ain't no point you even trying to come to work on the floor. I'll see to that.
Kill Pretty locates the lighter in his pants pocket.
Here you go.
Kill Pretty hands Tracy the lighter. Tracy lights the cigarette.
And how the hell you gonna keep a job when you can't get out of bed till 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Today I done washed and hung out clothes, washed dishes, cooked dinner, and raked the yard. You don't call that a job?
Yeah, it's called earning your keep.
Hold up. Now I didn't come over here to hear all this crap between y'all. I couldn't have relaxed and down a few beers before the graduation. I don't want to hear all this time.
It's not me. He's the one who...
Tracy, shut up. That's what I'm talking about. If one of y'all would just shut up and let things go sometime, then the other might follow suit.
Michael enters from the railroad tracks carrying a garment bag.
I'm done with it. My boy's here.
Daddy-O puts the newspaper away.
If it ain't the man with the plan, what you got there?
I picked up my cap and gown after rehearsal.
Don't the valedictorian get to wear a special cord or something?
Yeah, check it out.
Michael shows him the gown and cord.
Congrats again, little bro.
Michael, I don't know what to say other than you made me the proudest daddy in the world today. I love you, son.
Daddy-O hugs Michael, then takes the garment bag and starts in the house. Tracy tries not to reach for Daddy-O's hand as Daddy-O walks by him. Tracy grabs Daddy-O's hand, which surprises Daddy-O. It's an uneasy moment for everyone.
Something wrong?
Tracy nods no. Daddy-O starts toward the door again, but Tracy grips his hand a little tighter.
I meant to tell you, I picked up your suit from the cleaners on my way home from work. It's hanging on the back door of my bedroom.
Okay.
Daddy-O steps towards the door, but Tracy continues gripping his hand.
Thanks, Daddy-O.
Daddy-O acknowledges with a nod. Finally, Tracy releases his hand and Daddy-O goes inside without looking back. Lights fail. Act 1, Scene 4. Lights up on June 1976, night of Michael's graduation. At Rise, Tracy and Michael, with Kill Pretty and Daddy-O behind them, enter from the railroad tracks. They are returning home from the graduation ceremony. Michael wears his cap and gown. Tracy carries a valedictorian plaque. Daddy-O carries a diploma.
Who's the man?
You the man.
I asked who's the man?
My brother's the man.
Why am I the man?
Because you learn from the man.
Oh, so you taught the man.
Give me this cap.
Grabs the cap off Michael's head.
And I'll let you check out the man.
Putting the cap on your head won't make you a man. Earning it makes you a man.
So what? Cap or no cap, I'm still the man.
Tracy puts the cap on.
Tell the truth, Kill Pretty. Don't you wish you was this smooth?
They walk onto the porch. The porch light is on. Daddy-O unlocks the back door.
Give me that hat and let me show you how to profile it.
What you think I'm doing?
Tracy strikes a pose as if he was taking a picture.
Can't be profiled no better than this.
If you'd have stayed in school or trying to be grown, you could have profiled your own.
Come on, man. Give me a break for
Daddy-O
just
goes
one day.
inside. Tracy hands Kill Pretty the cap, and Kill Pretty puts it on, then strikes a pose.
Well, is one of y'all gonna say it?
Say what?
Damn, that nigga cool.
Real man, he's that cool.
Daddy-O walks up to the door.
Kill Pretty, I'm in here trying to fix my boy's something to eat. The least you could do is get off your behind and come and help me.
Here I come.
Kill Pretty kicks back in the chair.
Turn the burners on. I'm on the way.
Michael sits in the other rocking chair.
I cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner 5 days a week at the nursing home. So when I'm home, I don't do no cooking.
You ain't home, so get in here.
Daddy must think he got 3 children instead of 2. I didn't mean,
Daddy-O walks away from the door.
hey, I'm sorry.
Tracy's eyes fill with tears that he quickly wipes away. Michael reaches over and pats him on the back.
Maybe I shouldn't say what I'm about to say, but I need to say it. Tracy, I think you ought to pack your things and leave here when your brother leaves. Ain't nothing here for you but a bunch of bad memories. You need a fresh start. You smart and you got a truckload of street sense. So you'll do good in Atlanta. You can have a real life and you deserve that. Take me and your daddy. We've been at that nursing home before y'all was even born. We started out cooking and wiping behinds, and we still cooking and wiping behinds. You work there, Tracy, so you know what I'm talking about. It ain't like I hate what I do, because I don't. I'm going to get old one day, and I might need somebody to help see about me. So I don't mind that. It's something else. I can't put my finger on it, but it's...
Daddy
It's
walks
the
with
way some of them old crackers look at you.
Mm.
Some of them know they're going to wake up in hell tomorrow, but they still too full of hate to ask the Lord for forgiveness.
Daddy walks on porch.
Now take Mr. Roosevelt.
Old man Roosevelt at the nursing home.
I kept promising myself that when I got to be a man, I was going to kill that son of a bitch for killing my dad.
When did that ever
A
happen?
year or two before y'all moved here from Boyd.
How come you never told us this before?
Remember the rule?
I wasn't but 8 when old man Roosevelt and some other white men came to the house and called Daddy outside. They had guns and they said they was going to kill all of us if Daddy didn't go with them.
Why? What have you done?
Probably nothing.
Old man Roosevelt's son spit on my mama because he knocked his hand off her breast. So Daddy whipped him, beat him up pretty bad.
What happened after that?
Mr. Roosevelt and a bunch of them came here that night. They tied Daddy up right there on them tracks,
Mm.
and they set him on fire.
They burned him?
Yeah, they burned him. But he didn't beg. He just said goodbye and started singing.
Daddy holds his hands behind his back as he relives the way his father was killed.
Hear my cry, Lord. I'm coming home. My work is done, Lord. Carry me home. Look for me, Lord. I'm coming home. Take my hand, Lord. Carry me home.
I know that song. It's the song you sang when Bubba had.
Mama made us turn our heads so we couldn't see. And we kept saying Daddy was okay. And she kept saying Daddy was on okay. And he was on his way to heaven. That song was opening the doors for him. All I could do was stand there and listen as he screamed in agony. And then old man Roosevelt put a few buckshots in my leg. I tried to forget that night, but I couldn't. Every time I looked out my window or walked out my back door, I had to look at that damn railroad track and hear old man Roosevelt yell, yeah, cook, nigga, cook, 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 pow. The morning after my little brother Charles turned 16, he packed a few things in a duffel bag and took off down the track and never looked back. I wanted to run just as fast and just as far as Charles did. But I stayed to see about Mama. She wasn't herself after they killed Daddy.
You did the right thing. Miss Rosalie needed you here.
Did Mr. Roosevelt and the men go to jail?
Hell no! Not for killing a black man.
Back then, a white man stood a better chance of going to jail for pissing on his neighbor's grass than for killing one of us.
I let him get away with killing my daddy.
You was a boy. There was nothing you could have done.
That was then. But look at me now. Instead of killing him like I promised I was going to do, I go to work every day and spoon feed and wipe his ass because he can. And the worst part is, he lies there looking at me like he want to say, wipe my ass, boy, and wipe it good.
Knowing old man Roosevelt, he might be saying some mess like that.
A pan burns on the stove and smoke floats out the window, but no one notices.
Michael, look, I broke the rule today and told you about my daddy because I want you to know what this town did to us. That night, they took everything that me, you, Tracy, any of us could ever be here. You done good to get this far. But as long as you here, you're a tree without roots, and trees can't grow without roots.
What's that smell?
I want you to go because you can't have nothing here. Son, all I got is a dream for you. And I'll do anything to see that dream come true. You say your dream is to be a lawyer? Well, you're leaving here to go up to Atlanta, which means you're one step closer to that dream. You're on your way.
Daddy-o, something's burning.
They see the smoke coming out the kitchen window.
Damn! I thought I turned the darn stove off.
Daddy and Michael hurry in the house and start fanning with towels to get the smoke out the house. Kill Pretty laughs as he watches them through the screen door open the window.
Daddy, you need to stay out that kitchen, because all you good for is burning up some shit.
Tracy, oblivious to what's happening, stares contemplatively at the tracks. Lights fail. Act 1, Scene 5, lights up on June 1976, night of Michael's graduation. At Rise, the kitchen and the back porch lights are on. Michael sits on the back porch banister, staring out at the railroad tracks. Daddy-O washing dishes can be seen through the open kitchen window. Daddy-O walks up to the screen door and looks out at Michael.
What's wrong?
I don't know. Guess I'm a little nervous.
About what?
Leaving here next month.
Don't tell me you done got scared of moving to the big city.
Not really. It's just that I've never been away from you and Tracy.
But it's time. You got a lot going for you, and I'm not going to let you waste it here. I want you to have more than what this place can give you. More than what me or Tracy can give you.
Daddy-O walks out on the porch.
Look at them tracks. Now look across the tracks. Look, because that's all we can do. We can't live over there because we black and we poor. Even if we had money, they ain't gonna let us live over there with them. Leroy, he's the principal of the elementary school. But let him try to go buy a house on that side of the tracks. They run him out of town. He's a smart, educated man. But to them, he's still a black man.
But don't you think that...
Ain't no buts, Michael. In Greenville, the only thing that was integrated was a school, and that's because the feds made them. People's mindsets didn't change.
Daddy, can I get you to promise me something?
It's according to what it is.
It's about Tracy.
Yeah, I figured that much.
And promise me that you'll do right by him when I leave.
Do right!
Treat him better than you've been treating him.
Daddy-O turns one of the rocking chairs over and leans it against the wall.
I do my best.
I get your best, Daddy-O. I mean, you're a good father, but...
You're mine. You're my son.
So is Tracy.
We've been through this 100 times.
And you're still wrong.
I'm done talking about
I
it.
can't believe you.
I said I'm done.
Michael starts inside.
Son, I'm sorry.
Whatever, I'm going to bed.
Michael goes inside. Daddy-O is turning to the other chair against the wall when suddenly a fire truck siren can be heard in the distance.
Yeah, they done got drunk now. And they're ready to burn the whole town down because my boy is the valedictorian.
Daddy-O goes quickly inside and quickly returns with a shotgun. He turns one of the chairs in an upright position and sits.
Yeah, my boy done beat you. Beat you straight up at your own game. Now you're mad. You're pissed off and you want to put my boy in his place. You want to tear up something. Burn something down. Well, go on. Burn whatever you want to burn. Burn the whole goddamn town down if that's what you want to do. You came here before and you took my daddy. You took part of me. I was a boy then. I couldn't do nothing to stop you. Some of you may still see a boy when you look at me, but I'm a man now. And if you come back to 905 Bryant Road looking for my son, you better hope Jesus is leading the charge.
Another fire truck siren joins the first.
Daddy-O! Daddy-O!
Daddy-O springs to his feet.
Tracy!
Suddenly, Tracy enters running and staggering from the railroad tracks.
I did it, Daddy-O.
Tracy!
The back door opens and Michael runs onto the porch.
Tracy!
Daddy-O, I did it.
Daddy-O stands and leans the shotgun against the wall. Michael meets Tracy and Tracy falls into his brother's arms. The sirens can be heard in the distance.
Tracy, what's wrong, man? What's wrong?
Kill Pretty enters rushing in the yard from the tracks. He stops to catch his breath.
What happened, Kill Pretty?
I don't know, but he keeps saying something about old man Roosevelt.
Oh man, Roosevelt.
I did it for you, Daddy-O. I did it for you.
What did you do, Tracy?
I killed him. I killed him, Daddy-O.
Daddy-O walks to the edge of the porch.
You killed him?
I did it for Daddy.
You didn't do anything for me.
Tracy struggles to his feet and staggers towards the porch. Michael stands devastated and confused.
You promised you was gonna kill him for killing your daddy, so I did it for you.
Tracy reaches out to Daddy-O and Daddy-O backs away.
Don't do this to me, Daddy-O. Don't do this.
Tracy reaches out to Daddy-O again.
Get away from me.
Daddy-O pushes Tracy and Tracy falls down the steps. Michael and Kill Pretty rush to Tracy's side and help him up.
Daddy-O, don't you ever...
Man, that's messed up.
Why, Daddy-O? Why?
Tracy, tell me what happened.
I sneaked in the nursing home and set him on fire.
You what?
I set his ass on fire.
God, what are we gonna do? What? Let me think. Did anyone see you?
Nobody but Mr. Roosevelt. Daddy-o, he was asleep when I snuck in the room. I gagged him first so he couldn't yell. Then I woke him up to make sure he saw what I was fixing to do. I made him remember setting Granddaddy on fire and shooting my daddy in the leg. When I was sure he remembered, I doused him with alcohol. Daddy-o, you should have seen the look in his eyes when I struck the match and started singing. Hear my cry, Lord. I'm coming home. My work is done, Lord. Carry me home.
Shut up! Shut up! And I mean right now.
Look for me, Lord. I'm coming home. You ain't got to worry about him going to heaven, Daddy-o, because he's burning in hell right now. Take my hand, Lord. Carry me home.
If you don't shut up, I'm calling the police.
Hear my cry, Lord. I'm coming home.
That's it. I'm calling the police.
Daddy-o tries to go in the house, but Michael runs up on the porch and blocks the door.
No, I'm not letting you call the police on my brother.
Get out of my way.
Daddy-o, this is your fault.
My fault? How the hell is it my fault? I was at home.
I ain't gonna let you hurt this boy no more. You done hurt him enough. So if you call the police, it's gonna be your word against Tracy and mine. And we both gonna say he was with me next door.
And I was with them.
Daddy-o turns and stares at Tracy.
Then so be it.
No, Daddy-o, I'm not gonna let you do this to my brother.
Move!
Michael slowly steps out the way.
Think about what you're doing, Daddy-o. You know what's gonna happen to Tracy if you call the police? He going straight to death row. Now, is that what you want?
Daddy opens the screen door. Michael grabs his shotgun and points it at Daddy-o.
Daddy-o!
Michael, put the gun down.
Daddy-o sees the shotgun pointed at him.
Daddy-o, but if you try to call the police on my brother, I swear I will kill you.
Daddy-o lets go of the door handle and the screen door slams shut.
Hear my cry, Lord. I'm coming home. My work is done, Lord. Carry me home. Look for me, Lord. I'm coming home. Take my hand, Lord. Carry me home.
Lights fade. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Lights up on August 1976. Dawn. At Rise, the sound of an approaching train can be heard in the distance. Other sounds of morning. A rooster crows. A dog barks. The back porch light is on. A dim light is on in Daddy-o's bedroom. And the local radio station's morning newscast can be heard through the bedroom's open window. That was Kiss and Say Goodbye by the Manhattans. Man, I love that song, and evidently I'm not the only one because it's burning up the charts. Now on to a news note. Last month, in fact 2 days before the bicentennial celebration, the United States Supreme Court ruled that the death penalty is not inherently, and I stress, inherently cruel or unusual punishment. That means states have the right to pursue and administer the death penalty to perpetrators of vicious and horrible crimes like the one committed here in Greenville back on graduation night. The bedroom light is turned off.
Get up!
I'm up.
Both of them.
The sheriff's office says no new leads have surfaced in the case, but solving the murder of Glenn Roosevelt at the local nursing facility is its highest priority. Back in May, Roosevelt was tied to his bed, doused in alcohol, then set on fire. Man, I hope they hurry up and find the person who did that. The back door opens and Daddy-o walks out carrying a small brown lunch bag. He's dressed for work. My assistant is waving his hands at me. I guess that means it's 5:45. Time for a word from our sponsors. But don't you go anywhere. Let her in from our favorite sweat hog, John Travolta, is coming up. I'm Donita Jones, and you're listening to the voice of Greenville, WPXL 1400. Daddy-o turns the rocking chair upright, then pulls the string to turn off the back porch.
I don't hear no one moving in there.
We're up.
Kill Pretty enters along the tracks.
Man, it's too early in the morning for you to be hell hacking them boys.
Did you bring the bottle like I told you?
Yeah, I bought it. But what you trying to do getting ginned up this early in the morning? Kill yourself?
Might be.
Daddy-o takes a drink from the bottle.
Don't start talking that crazy talk. Now, you know I ain't with it. I'll help you as much as I can, and I'll be here for you. But I'm not going to sit here and listen to you talk foolishness.
You want to help Kill Pretty? Then take Tracy the hell away from you. And you can take Michael too. I thought I was going to be rid of Tracy with Michael there, but since Michael ain't gone nowhere.
Man, them your boys.
And look, I know I ain't supposed to feel like this, but I do.
Daddy-o, I'm your tight man, and I'm asking you to do this for me. Now, Tracy and Michael hurting right now, and they need you.
Kill Pretty, you get yourself some children before you try to tell me how to raise mine.
I ain't trying to tell you how to raise nobody. I just think you're wrong for being mad at Michael because he didn't go to college like you wanted him to. And you're wrong for hating Tracy for something that wasn't his fault. He didn't make
Watch
Carolyn.
it, Kill Pretty.
Daddy-o walks out the gate and onto the tracks. Kill Pretty follows him.
All Tracy and Michael needs for you is to tell them everything is gonna be okay.
What about me? That's right. What about me? What about what I need? Tell me that. Whoever gave a damn about what Daddy-O needed? Nobody.
They stare at each other for a moment. Then Daddy-O turns and walks on. Kilpretty follows. They exit on the tracks. The back door opens and Michael, still in his sleeping clothes, walks out on the porch and sits in Daddy-O's rocking chair. He stares blankly at his overly familiar surroundings. He no longer sees a way out of this life. He can hardly breathe here now. He can barely move. So back and forth he rocks, back and forth, back and forth.
Michael! Michael!
Tracy, still in his bedclothes, walks onto the porch.
Good morning.
Morning.
Tracy lights a cigarette.
Damn, I needed that. So what's with the long face this morning?
Nothing.
Man, I can tell when something's bothering you, and I know just what it is. You starting to hate living here. Am I right?
Sometimes I catch myself wondering what my life would be like if I had left for school last month. But it's not like I sit around dwelling on
You know it's still not too late for you to go.
it. My mind's already made up.
Then what are you gonna do? Sit around here on your butt all day?
Isn't that what you do?
Every day you get more and more like your dad.
He's yours too.
You better not let him hear you say that. But listen, little bruh, I know I'm the reason you didn't leave. But I want you to know that I'll be alright if you go. I can take care of Tracy.
Man, if I left you and Daddy-O by yourselves, you'd kill each other.
That's bullshit. If me and Daddy-O can't find a way to get it together, then that's our fault. Not yours. I'm your brother. But one of these days, you're gonna have to forget about me and do your own thing. Man, you just don't know what you got. And I don't want to see you wasted. Take a nigga like me. I don't want much, man, because I know I ain't buying nothing. All I'm good for is slanging D and biz. That's about it. Now you, little bro, you can do a whole lot more.
I mean, you could too if you just put your mind to it.
That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to put your mind in nothing. You can do anything you want to do without even thinking hard about it.
But you know what I really want to do?
What's that?
Go back to bed.
Michael stands to go inside.
Let's put on some clothes and walk out by the projects. I got a few dollars. We can wake Roach up and get a bag. Smoke a couple junk.
I'm going back to bed.
Come on, man. Just sitting around the house moping ain't like you. That's my thing. Now look, I got my lazy behind up, so let's do something. Damn, you ain't tired of just sitting around the house?
Michael turns to Tracy.
Take me to the cemetery.
To the cemetery? We can do that? Why all of a sudden you want to go to the cemetery?
I don't know why, man. Maybe it's because I've never visited their grave.
So you ready to stop listening to Daddy and start remembering?
I just want to visit Mama and Bubba's graves today. Nothing else. And Tracy, I don't want Daddy-O to know anything about this, all right?
Alright, but if you that damn scared, you all not go.
I'm not scared. I'm just trying to keep confusion down.
Well, if that's what you want to do, let's get dressed and go. We'll stop by Roach on the way.
They exit into the house. Lights fade. Acts 2, Scene 2. Lights up on August 1976, summer afternoon. At Rise, Daddy-O and Kilpretty enter from the tracks. They've just gotten off from work and both are drinking beers.
I ain't lying to you, Kilpretty. I came this close to quitting.
I don't blame you, man. Everybody on the floor was mad about it.
I've been at that nursing home some 20 years. And Wanda ain't had her gator bait looking ass there but 2 years, and they gave her the supervisor job over me.
You're a better man than me, because I would have showed my ugly ass in there.
Believe me, I wanted to put my foot in somebody's behind.
And I would have been there backing you up.
And what really gets me is ain't nothing I can do about it. I mean, I can do about it. I mean, I can't run at nobody and say, hey, they looked over me because I'm black. Hell, because they gave the job to a black woman.
They pushing our black women up the ladder to make us look bad to them. The other day I saw Belinda in the grocery store. And you ain't gonna believe, as long as we've been knowing, that no good whore. When I waved at her, she snatched her head.
She done got a little uppity since they gave her that job, office job at the phone company.
We'd have an office job too if we did some of the things that whore do. You're gonna be down there, so you know what I'm talking about.
I ain't never touched that woman.
You sure? I could have swore you
You be
told me.
swearing up a lie.
Hold up. If I recollect right, didn't she used to borrow money from you?
Yeah, she did a few times, but
You wouldn't let Jesus borrow $1 with you from you without signing a promissory note. So you can't tell me that butt crap. Tell that to somebody else who don't know you.
Kilpretty sits in one of the rocking chairs and Daddy-O starts inside.
Daddy-O, bring me a beer out of the refrigerator if you get one.
You better get up off your behind and come in here and get it.
Michael, will you look in the refrigerator and get me a beer?
Michael walks out of the kitchen onto the porch, passing Daddy-O, who doesn't speak as he walks inside.
Tracy drank the last one.
That figures.
Now, what happened at the nursing home today?
They gave Wanda the supervisor job over Daddy, and that wasn't right. Daddy been over there 20 years, and Wanda ain't been there but 3.
Now, how can they do that?
They can do anything they want to do, because this Greenville.
That should tell you something.
What should it tell me, Daddy-O?
You supposed to be smart. Figure it out.
Daddy-O walks away from the door.
You know what? You don't know how tired I am of this bullshit.
I know how tired you are, but what you gonna do about it? Are you gonna stay here and take it, or pack your things and get the hell away from here?
Kill Pretty, I really want to go, but I can't leave Tracy here.
Then take him with
You
you.
already know Tracy's not leaving Greenville.
So what you gonna do? Sit around here being miserable and wasting your life because Tracy won't leave?
A police siren blares in the distance.
Sounds like that's over by the Blue Moon.
Daddy-O walks out on the porch. He looks in the direction of the siren, which now seems closer.
I'm going up by the Blue Moon to see if I see Tracy.
Daddy-O walks inside the house.
I'll walk with you.
Kill Pretty and Michael starts off the porch.
Michael,
Tracy,
Tracy enters in a hurry from the tracks.
what's wrong?
ain't nothing wrong, but guess what? You ain't gonna believe this. You neither, Kid Pretty. I don't believe it.
Believe what?
Do I look a little different?
No, you still look like buckwheat.
I'm for real, Kid Pretty. I don't look no different.
Different how?
I don't look like I'm fixing to be a daddy.
Oh, wait, what kind of daddy?
You sure they didn't make a mistake getting you that valedictorian award?
Well, I'll be damned. You a daddy. You?
What's so funny?
I'm trying to figure out what woman done laid down and let you get her pregnant. God bless
Tracy
her.
notices Michael staring at him.
Why you looking at me like that?
I don't know what to say.
You can start with congratulations or something like that.
I'm sorry, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you too.
What did I do?
You fixing to be an uncle, man.
Oh, that's right. I'll be Uncle Michael.
And I'll be goddaddy Kill Pretty.
So what do you want, Tracy? A boy or a girl?
I want a boy. I don't want no girl. Some of these young niggas be done made me catch a charge about my dogs.
Why Leroy ain't trying to catch a charge for you getting Trish pregnant?
Hold up. It's Trisha?
Who else is gonna be? Man, I talk that Noah. I love my baby.
I bet Daddy you're gonna fall out when he hears this.
Tracy becomes nervous.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just remembered that I left something over at Trisha's house. I'll be right back.
Tracy, let's do this now.
He's right. Let's just get it over with.
They walk up into the house.
Daddy-O. Daddy-O.
Daddy-O opens the door and walks onto the porch.
Daddy-O, I got some good news. I'm fixing to be a dad.
You hear that, Daddy? You fixing to be a granddaddy.
Trisha wants a girl, Daddy-O, but I want a boy so you can teach him how to fish and walk a railroad track like you taught me, Michael and Buck.
We don't talk about him.
I'm sorry. I guess I was just a little excited. But can you believe it, Daddy-O? I'm going to be a daddy. And whether it's a girl or a boy, it's going to be named Tracy.
Daddy-O turns and walks back in the house.
You know what, Daddy-O? You're an evil and hateful man. You don't deserve to be called...
Michael!
Let it go, man. It don't hurt me no more.
It hurts me. Who is he to tell us that we can't speak our own brother's name or our mother's? Now, I'm not going to let him take them away from me because he doesn't want to remember them. I hate myself for even listening to you, Daddy-O. You were wrong. Wrong.
All right, Michael, calm down.
I don't want to calm down. My mama's been dead 9 years and Bubba's been dead 3. And I haven't spoken either of their names more than twice since they died because Daddy-O told us we couldn't. Today was the first time I visited their graves because he said we shouldn't.
Michael, he's just dealing with things the best way he know how.
He hides. To keep from feeling anything, man, he hides. In all our lives, he's taught us to hide.
Well, I don't want to hide anymore. I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of this house. I'm tired of this town. I'm tired because I know that people don't have to live like this. We don't have to, Tracy. We don't have to live like this.
Lights fade. Act 2, Scene 3. Lights up on September 1976. Dawn. At Rise, the porch light is on, and Daddy-O uses this bit of light to hang clothes on the clothesline. Tracy, still in his bedclothes, sits on the porch staring at the tracks.
Tracy!
I'm out here.
Michael walks out on the porch.
You're up pretty early.
Couldn't sleep.
Why didn't you wake me up?
Tracy nods toward the tree stump and they walk over to the stump.
You needed your rest. You got a long trip ahead of you.
I know.
What time you gonna get there?
With all the stops, I'll get there around 3 this afternoon.
Michael, are you sure you got everything packed?
Yes, sir.
Daddy-O picks up the empty basket and walks inside.
He's glad you decided to go to school.
He should be thanking you.
Well, I can't take all the credit.
Yes, you can. You're the one who called Mr. Jenkins and had him call the school, and you're the one who worked and bought my train ticket.
Well, I figure Mrs. Jenkins, he the one who helped you get the scholarship. So he should be able to pull a few strings to get you enrolled again. And since he got you back in, the least I can do is get you there.
Why don't you come with me?
This is where I'm supposed to be. At least for right now.
I mean, aren't you tired of Daddy-O? Isn't that reason enough to come with me?
Michael, I was telling the truth when I said he don't bother me no more.
You're lying and you know it.
He bothered the old me. Made my life pure hell.
And you used to tell me every single day how much you hated being here.
Used to, Michael. I used to hate being here. I used to hate Daddy-O. But I stopped hating when I couldn't hate no more. I ain't smart as you. But you want to know something I learned? Sometimes you can hate to the point that hate turns into something all the way different. It ain't hate no more. It ain't mad. It ain't revenge. Ain't no forgiveness in what you left feeling, but it feels good in a way you never felt. You can't make your heart hate no more.
I just think you deserve more than this.
I do. And like I said, one of these days, I'll get what belongs to me.
Well, you can't keep letting people like Daddy-O hold you down.
You can't no more.
I mean, I hope that's true. But I think the only way you're ever gonna break free of Daddy-O for good is for you to get away from him. You can't do it living here with him.
You got that wrong, little bro. If I'm ever gonna be free of him, I gotta do it while I'm here with him. Leaving would just be running from the problem. What you see is the man Daddy-O made. It's time for me to undo that and be my own man. I gotta do this because I'm fixing to be a daddy. That's the main reason I can't leave now. I don't want my son growing up without me. What if his mammy end up with some crazy behind nigga like Daddy-O and he mistreat my boy?
I understand that. But as soon as I get situated, you and my niece or nephew are coming to live with me, okay?
Sound like a plan.
I never told you this, but the last thing Mama told me was to take care of my brothers, especially my big brother.
She told me to take care of you and boy.
Daddy-O walks on the porch.
The taxi should be here any minute now.
So I guess it's time.
I guess it is.
It's gonna be different here without you.
Should I worry about you while I'm gone?
I'll be alright. I promise. You just go and make your big brother proud, man.
No, I'm really lucky to have you for a big brother.
You didn't say that. Christmas, I beat your brand new bicycle to pieces with my bat.
No, I wasn't so lucky that day. But neither were you after me and Bubba beat yours to pieces.
I can't believe we were that crazy. We had them bicycles, man, for this Christmas, but because I wanted yours, all three of them ended up in pieces that same day. You and Bubba's new bicycles and my hand-me-down.
Those were the last bicycles Daddy-O ever bought us.
The taxi's here.
I guess I'll be seeing you.
Yeah,
They embrace.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm already miss you.
I love you, man.
Love you back.
Michael starts towards the house.
Do good for me and Bubba.
I will. For you and Bubba.
Michael runs past Daddy-O into the house. Daddy-O looks at Tracy and nods pleasingly. Lights fade. Act 2, Scene 4, lights up on October 1976 night at Rise. Tracy enters staggering drunkenly from the railroad tracks. He shivers in the cold because he isn't dressed for the weather.
Damn, it's cold as hell out here.
He staggers onto the porch and knocks on the door. The porch light is off and the lights inside the house are off. He knocks again.
I know you hear me, Daddy-O. Open the door. It's cold out here. Daddy-O.
The kitchen lights comes on.
What you just standing there for, Daddy-O? Open the door.
I done told you not to come back here.
Man, just open the door. It's cold out here. What you gonna do? Just let me freeze to death?
You can't stay here no more.
I ain't come to stay. I just want to spend the night. Come on, Daddy-O. It's cold out
Tracy
here.
lights a cigarette.
Daddy-O.
Tracy knocks on the door.
I meant what I said, so you can stop knocking. You done put me through enough, and I ain't taking no more. I have a hard enough time taking care of myself. I can't take care of you.
I told you I was just gonna spend the night. I'll be gone in the morning.
Yeah, how many times I done heard that?
Daddy-O, open the goddamn door.
The door swings open and Daddy-O stands in the doorway.
Who the hell you think you talking to?
I knew that would make you open the door. Daddy-o, it's cold out here. Can I just stay here tonight? I'll get up and leave in the morning.
I
man.
meant what I said. You can't live here no more.
I know. You done told me that 100 times.
And why you keep coming back?
Because you my daddy.
Stumbles and falls.
Look at you. Pitiful.
I just need somewhere to stay tonight.
Tonight and every night.
Tracy gets up off the floor and starts inside, but Daddy-o blocks the doorway.
You not gonna let me stay?
You can't stay here
Why?
no more. Because I said so.
I'm your son. And yeah, I'm drunk. But I'm out here by myself. I ain't got nowhere to stay. I'm sleeping wherever I can. I need to come home.
I done told you I did what was expected. I took care of you. I raised you till you got grown. I don't owe you nothing else.
You don't owe me nothing, but you still my daddy. And what my dad and what daddy throws his son out and forget.
You ain't my son.
That's right. I ain't your son. Michael, your son. I'm just some throwaway you inherit.
Daddy-o steps off the porch.
And can't get rid of. You right. Michael is my son. And I'm proud to say it. And I'll say it 100 more times. Michael's my son. My son. My son.
And I'm not.
Hell no.
Tracy is devastated. He turns one of the rocking chairs upright and sits.
What are you doing? I said you couldn't stay here.
Tracy lights another cigarette, then starts to sing loudly and off-key.
Walking barefoot in the park, making wishes in the dark, hoping they come true. I'm dreaming of me and you.
Didn't you hear me?
I can't hear you no more.
Get out of my house.
I'm not in your house. I'm on the porch.
My porch, my house.
I'm really tired of arguing with you, man. Why don't you just go back in your house and get in your bed and leave me alone?
I go to bed when I want to. You don't tell me what to do up in here.
Daddy-o, if you just want somebody to argue with, why don't you go in the room and look in the mirror? The way you can argue, that way you can argue with the only person who can keep up with you when it comes to talking useless shit.
One more word and
All right, Daddy-o, I'll hush. Smoke this cigarette, then go to sleep in this chair since I can't sleep in your house. Then I'm gonna get up and go with Trisha to the doctor tomorrow. I ain't gonna be like some daddies I know.
you kill me talking about that baby like you give a damn. When it's born and you have to work and clothe and feed it, you ain't gonna be nowhere to be found.
You wrong. I'll be there for mine. And I'm gonna care 100 times more about mine than you ever cared about me.
Yeah, you'll have a reason to. He'll be yours. Now I'm fixing to go to bed and I don't want to hear nothing else from you. Some of us have to work.
At least you don't have to go and work and clean shit off the man who killed your daddy and shot you in the leg.
Daddy-o slaps Tracy and the cigarette falls out of
You
Tracy's
better
mouth.
go right now and I mean it.
Hit me again. Hit me.
Leave before I hurt you.
You done already hurt me.
Go!
You gonna have to kill me or do whatever because I ain't leaving.
Daddy-o slaps Tracy again.
You can hit harder than that.
Daddy-o pushes Tracy and Tracy falls down the steps.
I ain't putting up with you no more.
Hit me again, Daddy-o. I don't care. I don't care about nothing no more. You hate me. Everybody hates me. And I don't give a damn.
I want you away from here.
I'm staying.
Tracy walks up on the porch and reaches to open the screen door. Daddy-o grabs Tracy and tries to force him off the porch. Tracy snatches away and Daddy-o falls to the ground.
I told you a long time ago, if you ever got man enough to hit me,
Daddy-o runs in the house.
I didn't hit you. I pushed you off. I pushed you off me and you fell. I didn't even mean to push you.
Daddy-o's bedroom lights comes on.
your best bet is to be gone when I get out there.
I told you I didn't mean it, Daddy-o. Daddy-o. Daddy-o.
Daddy-o bursts out the house and points a shotgun at Tracy.
I said I'm sorry.
I don't care if you sorry. Don't you ever set foot back here again.
Tracy backs down the steps but stops on the last step.
Why do you hate me so much, Daddy-o? Why? What did I ever do to you?
Tracy can no longer hold back the tears. The floodgates opens and he cries uncontrollably.
I tried everything I knew to do to make you feel something other than hatred toward me. I don't know what else to do. Tell me what to do, Daddy-o. Tell me. Please.
Go!
Tracy stares at Daddy-o's for a moment, and it is during this moment that Tracy feels the wrath of the angry man inside of him. He tries to turn and run away, but angry man won't let him.
Daddy-o, if you want to go on hating me, then it's okay. I've learned how to hate too. I take that much after you.
You nothing like me. You just like your sorry ass dad.
At least he was a man. Is that why Mama chose him over you? Because you wasn't a real man. Is that why you hate me so much? When you look at me, do you see him?
Huh, Daddy-O? He was a man.
Daddy-O tries to hit Tracy, but Tracy grabs his hand. They stare angrily into each other's eyes. Daddy-O tries to hit Tracy with the gun, but Tracy snatches away from him, and Daddy-O falls on the porch. Tracy runs towards the track.
You bastard!
Daddy-O shoots twice, and Tracy falls on the railroad tracks. Daddy-O gets up slowly, turns off the porch light, and walks in the house, closing the door behind him. Lights fade. Act 2, Scene 5. Lights up on October 1976 afternoon. At Rise, Michael enters from the railroad tracks. He just left Tracy's funeral, so he's dressed in a suit and a tie. He's alone and feeling his loss. He wipes the stagnated tears from his eyes as he starts across the yard. Daddy-O, dressed in a suit and tie, places Tracy's belongings in the fire barrel, while Kill Pretty, also dressed in a suit and tie, sits in a rocking chair on the porch. Michael walks past them without speaking to either and goes inside.
You gotta tell him before he leaves.
I can't.
You won't be able to live with yourself if you don't do this. Tracy cleared you with the law before he died, but you gotta tell Michael what really happened. He needs to know the truth.
I want to tell him, but I don't know how to.
Just tell him. Michael's a smart boy and he has a good heart.
What am I going to say?
Tell him the truth.
The truth? I don't think I know what the truth is.
You know the truth. You want to know what your problem is, you're scared of the truth. And you even raise your boys to be scared of it.
I can't do it.
Yes, you can. I'm your friend, Daddy-O, and I'm telling you, if you don't tell Michael the truth, I won't be able to see you the same. Now, I don't know why Tracy lied, but I can live with his lies, because he was just trying to survive. But your lies, I can't live with them no more. You gotta tell him.
If I tell him, he ain't gonna forgive me.
What if you don't tell him, and he finds out somewhere else?
How's he gonna find out?
I might tell him.
Michael walks on the porch carrying a suitcase. He stares at Daddy-O putting the items in the fire barrel. Michael starts across the yard.
I need to talk to you, son.
About what?
I don't know how to tell you this, but you need to know the truth.
The truth about what?
About Tracy. I need to tell you what happened that night.
I'm listening.
He came here that night. He came here drunk that night, and we got into an argument like we usually do when he's drunk. But this time, I guess things got a little out of hand.
That's enough. I don't need to know anymore.
Michael starts towards the gate.
Michael, wait.
Michael ignores Daddy-O and continues toward the gate. Kill Pretty hurries behind Michael.
Michael!
Michael stops and turns to Kill Pretty.
You can't leave yet, not till you listen to your daddy.
Why, Kill Pretty? Why do I need to hear what he's about to tell me?
'Cause it's the truth. You just like your daddy. If you don't start facing up to the truth, you're never gonna find peace, no matter how far you
I'm
run.
not scared of the truth, Kill Pretty, but I've learned from growing up in a house full of so much pain and anger that it's best to bend sometimes and not face the truth head on. Daddy-O, you've always tried to face the world standing straight up, regardless of how many times life knocked you down. What you've got to learn to do is bend. It doesn't hurt so bad if you bend a little.
Michael turns to walk off.
Michael, please don't go.
Daddy-O takes a photo of Tracy out of the box of items and walks over to Michael.
Look, I'm sorry, Michael. I know how much you love your brother, and I didn't mean to hurt you.
Daddy-O tries to embrace Michael, but Michael pushes him away.
Listen at you. You're talking about hurting me. What about Tracy? You killed him. I knew all along, Daddy-O. And when Kill Pretty called me that night, I knew you had killed my brother.
He killed my boy!
Michael drops his suitcase and is about to throw a punch at Daddy-O.
Michael!
If you weren't my father, I'd knock the hell out of you.
Daddy-O is shaken by Michael's anger. Stunned, Daddy-O drops the photo of Tracy and backs away slowly.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me.
No, I don't hate you. You hate yourself enough for the both of us.
Michael picks up the photo of Tracy.
And have you even thought about Tracy's son? He'll never know his father.
Michael picks up his suitcase and then starts towards the gate.
I couldn't help it, Michael. Every time I looked at Tracy, I saw his daddy. I saw the man who messed up my life.
Daddy, it was time to let it go. As long as you hold that anger inside you and keep blaming everybody for your misfortune, this hell right here is gonna be your life. Let the anger go.
I can't. And you want to know why I can't? I can't because I got too many reasons to be angry. Why can't I be angry because the woman I loved and married never loved me? Why can't I be angry because I had a dream that I never got to live? And why can't I be angry because Tracy robbed me of the one thing that I promised I would do before my life was over? Why couldn't I kill the man who killed my daddy? What else can I be but angry?
It's okay to be angry, Daddy-O, but you've let your anger cripple you. You walked around with this angry man inside you. For as long as I can remember, you've let him control you. You let him control us. He told us what we could do, how we could feel. He even told us what we could remember. Your angry man did that to us. But now I have my own life and I don't have to share your pain. Not anymore. I'm my own man now. I'm not the man your anger made.
Michael starts out the yard but then stops and turns to Daddy-O.
And what happened to the song, Daddy-O? Why aren't you singing? Now, you don't have to tell me why. I know why you're not singing. You're trying to keep him out of heaven. But guess what? He's going to get there without your help. After surviving the 20 years of hell that you made his life, heaven is his reward.
Michael's eyes fill with tears that refuse to fall. He shakes his head in disgust and walks out the yard and out to the tracks.
Michael! Michael! I'm sorry, son. Michael!
Michael disappears down the railroad tracks, leaving Daddy-O. Daddy-O is heartbroken and on the verge of breaking down.
Michael!
Daddy, he just needs some time, a little time. That's all.
Suddenly, Daddy-O shakes his head in defiance.
No. No. I will not.
Daddy-O screams to the heavens.
You take it like you give it.
Daddy-O stares angrily around at his surroundings.
You take it like you give it. You take and you take and you take till there's nothing left.
Come back, Daddy-O. Don't let him take over, I promise. Michael will be okay.
What's done is done.
Daddy-O marches inside the house.
No, no, no! Daddy-O, please, man. Don't do this.
Kill Pretty stares at the fire barrel.
Daddy-O!
Daddy-O exits the house carrying a small box with photos of Michael and other items belonging to Michael. He walks over to the fire barrel.
Don't do it, Daddy-O. I mean, why?
Because he left me. Just like all the others. He left. So after today, we don't talk about him or his brother.
But he's not gone for good.
He left. He's gone. They're all gone.
Daddy-O takes a photo out of the box. He wheels his hand to put the photo in the fire barrel.
Michael!
You must be dead inside.
Then why am I still living? Why?
Kill Pretty backs towards the gate.
You leaving too?
Yeah, I think I need to be going.
Do you?
I do. And I'll see you around.
Bye.
Daddy-O continues to burn the items as he watches Kill Pretty walk out the gate and disappear down the tracks. Daddy-O angrily to heaven.
And you just keep taking. You just keep taking. You just keep taking.
Lights fade. End of Act 2. The end.
All right.